It was a freezing December evening. When I returned to our Brooklyn apartment and sat at the dinner table, Laura was just setting out the meal. I grabbed her hand and whispered, "Laura, I can't do this anymore. I want a divorce." Laura didn't have a visible reaction. She simply pulled out a chair, sat down, and started eating her salad. I saw a flicker of sadness in her blue eyes, but there were no screams or broken plates. The truth was, I had fallen for someone else, Alice. Alice was more vibrant, more modern than Laura. My love for my wife had faded, replaced by a dull sense of routine. I offered her the Manhattan condo, our SUV, and a large portion of our savings. Laura looked at the papers for a moment, then quietly tore them into pieces and tossed them into the trash. The woman I had spent 10 years with suddenly felt like a mysterious stranger. The next morning, Laura came to me with a strange condition. She said, "I will grant the divorce, but I have one request for the next 30 days. Our son Sam has his final exams coming up. I don't want him to find out about our separation right now. We must act normal. And the condition is every morning, you must carry me from our bedroom to the main door. Just like you carried me into our home on our wedding day at that chapel in Vegas." I thought she was being sentimental or perhaps unstable, but to avoid an argument, I agreed. When I told Alice, she laughed it off. Typical American drama. She said, "It's just for a month. Just get through it." For the first few days, it felt incredibly awkward. When Sam saw me picking his mother up, he would clap and say, "Dad, you're a hero." Laura would lean into my shoulder and whisper, "Don't let Sam find out." By the second week, I started noticing the familiar scent of her vanilla perfume. I began to look at her closely again. I saw a few silver strands in her blonde hair and the subtle fine lines near her eyes. In the rush of my career and building this life, I hadn't noticed how Laura had slowly lost her youth. In the third week, I was shocked to realize how easy it had become to carry her. She felt as light as a feather. One morning, as she tried on her favorite black dress, she muttered, "My God, even this dress is loose now." I stood behind the door, a chill running down my spine. Was Laura fading away? By the end of the fourth week, my perspective had completely shifted. The superficial beauty that drew me to Alice felt hollow compared to the quiet devotion of Laura. On the morning of the final day, I made my choice. I went straight to Alice and said, "I'm sorry, Alice. I can't leave Laura. I've realized the problem wasn't a lack of love, but a lack of attention." Alice threw her coffee in frustration and walked out. I bought a bouquet of red roses, her favorite. I wrote on the card, "I will carry you every morning until my last breath." When I got home, the house was silent. Sam wasn't there. I walked into the bedroom and found Laura lying very still. I took her hand, but it was as cold as ice. Laura was gone. Later, I found hospital reports in her drawer. Laura had been fighting stage 3 cancer for months. I had been so obsessed with Alice in my new life that I had uneven heard her sighs of pain. Laura knew she was dying, and she wanted that last month to ensure that Sam saw his father as a loving, honorable man. She wanted our final memories to be wrapped in love, not bitterness. Thanks for watching.